My name's Jett Leduc and my artwork is Dora Flora. They're a quadriptych, so there's 4 of them that kind of go into like a panorama of the car, and they're hung up using fixing nails that I made myself. I was very heavily influenced by David Guillard, especially his way of presenting his works. He did a lot of triptych display, and in each panel he kind of focused on a different element of the environment. So that's what I tried to do in my artwork, was to pick out little elements that all help in understanding who that person is in there. How we view other people was the biggest inspiration. We kind of judge people based on their exterior elements. I started making works using a Sony camera. It was just a small camera that wasn't very good quality or anything like that. And I was trying to get that like candid look through that camera because it wasn't as in your face to the people that I was photographing. That wasn't really working out very well, so I later turned to my Nikon camera. So I used a Nikon D5600 with an 18 to 55mm lens. All the lighting was very natural to where they were, so I had to work around that, so I used a tripod. So I wasn't really adding elements into the environment, I was just trying to capture what was there. And then later on, I printed the works on metallic gloss paper, and I did the white border and all the editing in Lightroom Classic. That's how I introduced the black and white preset, because I wanted to strip away all of the color and things like that. I didn't want it to influence the understanding of the work. The nails were the other bit that I made, so I took the head of one nail and the stem of another nail and just hot glued them together to make those fixing nails. The nails are really important to kind of give like a poster quality to the artworks, so then when people were viewing them, they kind of felt more comfortable and maybe less intimidated, so they could focus more on the subject matter rather than how glorious the presentation of it was. I wanted people to feel free to kind of make up their own ideas and their own interpretations of who those people were, so I wanted those characters to come off very open-ended. The most interesting bit was how difficult it actually is to get a candid expression of someone, or those like raw emotions from someone when there's a camera in the situation. There was ways that we worked around that. Like the car, for example, Dora and I just sat in the car for a while like talking and stuff, and I took photos while we were just talking and hanging out. And then that later turned into me taking elements of what I liked. The actual photographs of those specific moments aren't exactly candid, but they were inspired by a candid action that happened beforehand. My advice for students undertaking VC art subjects is to experiment. I feel like we all start with this really strong idea. So we're like in this box, and I think that it's really important to get out of the box sometimes and try different routes and try different ways of exploring that idea or that theme. My initial idea was totally different to how I finished it, and that journey was really nice to go on.